Hi everyone, welcome to another segment. It's Becca Alexis, where I'm providing insight and advice on my experience in the industry to help you with facilitating how you decide to grow and nurture your career. And one of the questions that I've been asked several times is, which city is it better to begin one's career? Is it better to start in LA? Is it better to start in New York? Obviously, this discussion is right here within the US. Those of you who are overseas, I can't really discuss those options. So we're discussing what's going on here because that's where I can provide you insight. Either city you go to, you're going to get a tremendous experience, bottom line. But there are a few key differences that are going to affect what type of experience you get. New York City is where the news happens, period. All the fashion houses, well, most of the fashion houses are here in New York, and not just apparel companies, but also accessory and shoe designers. This is where their corporate houses are. Many of the magazines, your Vogue, your Bazaar, etc., their main corporate offices are set here. So essentially, this is where the news happens. This is where editors and stylists are interpreting news, interpreting the fashion in order to create those fabulous editorials, create those amazing stories. New York Fashion Week is where Fashion Week begins. So a lot happens here. Based on my experience also, I noticed most stylists that have had a tremendous foundation or very strong foundation in New York have a more vast catalog in terms of knowing designer brands. Also, they experience all 4 seasons. It's one thing to say this is the hottest coat of the season, and it's one thing to actually be able to wear it, experience it, and talk about where you've gone with this code. So the news happens here in New York. LA is where the story happens. It's where the narrative happens. It's where, fashion becomes more lived in, because that's where the celebrities are. TV and film is there. So, characters are taking shape. There's more production houses. I know that in LA you have more sets. So, there's more all this production going on, whereas in New York you have editorials. You have, very pretty photograph type of settings, still pictures, and LA is, all the motion is going on. Red carpet is also happening in LA. So the access to celebrities to work with in LA is large. But when it comes to where you want to get your experience, those are the 2 things to mainly consider. I started off in LA, but that was based off of my personal preference. My friends were in LA, and quite frankly, I wasn't ready to hit the cold season. I wasn't ready for that. I was coming straight out of Florida. I was comfortable with the sunshine. So that's where I started off my career, and I had a profound experience being on set, being a great costumer, making things from scratch. Just the pressure of being on set and having to change something if it didn't work on camera, regardless of what brand or designer it was, it just had to look good on camera. So, that's the foundation I came from. And then when I moved over to New York City, it was just more about designer brands. It was just more so knowing about what was hot, what were the trends that we wanted to convey. So it was just it's an osmosis environment, and you sort of learn to grow and operate in whichever city you're in and take it from there.